2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. 6 guys.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2 times. We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
On second down, Johnson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Not the best of starts here offensively. You're back home. You lost a couple games in a row, and here's an early 3 and out to start things off.
And I think they were counting on being at home and having the home crowd carry them along a little bit to help things get better. But the bottom line is you don't get the crowd involved until you play better. They've got to create some first downs, some big plays, things of that nature to make sure that the crowd is right there with them.
I can go. 180. We're good. Back 2 the Mike back 2.
On first and 10, Goff. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
180. Watch the screen. Now you won. 5.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he fires one, but incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, five. Smooth.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the toss, it's Gurley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
180. 50. Switch up. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Watch 50. Check right.
Goff on 3rd down. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
20. 50. Go, tackle, let's go. We got this. Hey, kill. Check.
On 1st down, it's gone. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Let's go, defense. Our time. Ready, go. Get it.
2nd and 4. He'll get this complete into the hands of Riley Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
A first down carry here for Johnson. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Go! 70, Indy. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Look, squeeze. You can't block me. You can't block me. Go.
2nd and 9 now. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Going up top. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Dancing to his left. And he coughed it up. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs. All-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mike 20. Let's go, D. Maverick. Mike 52. Mike 52. I got you, boy. I got you.
On 2nd and 15 now. Goff. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Mike 20. All day, just like that. Hard ball. Check 52 to Mike. Check 52 to Mike. 12. Big gap. Showing up.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
5.
Goff on first down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here we go.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. 2nd and 3. Complete. It's Johnson. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
They'll set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check three. Check three.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Yeah, baby.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Shit. Check 52. Hey, Delta.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, you know, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
14.
From the 25 on second down, Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 55 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Let him know, let him know. Ric Flair. Choose the mic. Watch Mike, watch Mike. It's our field.
From the red zone now, Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the Packers' 11-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Come on. 20. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Just beating the play clock is gone. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Solomon Thomas able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Again, it's Johnson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. 3 down. Check. Hey, orbit. Ready.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Hey, Mike 50. Mike clear.
Now back to throw. And Adams has it, complete. They can't tackle it. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. Back now at Lambeau, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. For a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Goff now to throw. And that one's complete to Gurley. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Ric Flair.
Goal. Well, that'll be caught by Cup. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Louis. Tight up. Go.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
You got nothing. Watch twist. 14. Check hot route. Hot. Hey, lift.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Now it's gone. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Check back 50. Mike is a 50. Check back 50. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Kevin King with a pick. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
30 base. Hey, dude. 50, Mike's 50. Okay, double up. Check the backer.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check 24.
Here's Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
He'll drop to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and they've got a ways to go now on 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and more.
The Packers on 3rd down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Goff now looking to throw. Going up top for Kupp. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there. Goff to Kupp. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Gurley now. Toss right. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. Slam, slam. Check safety, check safety. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Rams on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, here's Henderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's a loss of 2 yards. Brings up 4th down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They're going to look to throw. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, L.A. Darrell Henderson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And thanks to the interception, the Rams offense cashes in for 6. Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Hey, watch left, watch left. Tighten up.
Hard, hard. Hey!
Deuce.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Intercepted by the Rams. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So for Los Angeles,